Well, hey everybody, it's Steve at Thousand Year Home. Let's talk about 2024 and do a little quick year-end review for myself. Now, my purpose here is to do a journal, my build journal on what I've accomplished in the year and why. So, what I'll do is real quick take a look at my internet channel, and that'll give me a high-level view. And then we'll go out and start taking a look at some things. So, how much can a person get done, a single solo builder get done in a year? Well, we're about to find out. So, my channel is 2 years old. It will be 2 years old in February 23rd, is when I started. I've got over the 2 years, 787,000 views, 15,000 watch hours. And here's the amazing thing: 300 whole dollars, $293.42 in funds. So I'm not getting rich on this thing, but I am learning a lot. So let's go ahead and take a look at 2024. All right. So in 2024, I got 300,000 views. So that felt pretty good. And then I could see what was the big views. So I've got a couple of videos that were 11,000, 1,500, but mostly 2, 3, 4, 5, 600. Now I am just keeping track of my own personal life. So uh, when I take a look at this, it'll tell me what my big views are. And not surprisingly, a lot of them are shorts. People love the ghost towns. If I wanted to do a ghost town channel, I could do a Texas ghost town channel. But people love when I'm working. That's a fence line, and somebody had bent a fence post and it was sticking out. And kill a farmer. Ranch hand and paler 4,000. So comedy, dark comedy, but comedy. Uh, a rebar of death hidden in the ground. Oh, that one had a lot of complaints. People said I moved a marker, a corner marker, a survey marker. Well, uh, the rebar wasn't on the line. It wasn't in a corner. It wasn't legally marked. It was most likely used by somebody to stabilize a rotted fence post. But there we go. Lots of opinions and booed, even though a lot of people watched it. I got a lot from men who know more than me, apparently, who said I didn't know what I was doing. And you're not allowed to pull rebar out of the ground. Well, put a cap on it if it's a survey marker, and make sure that it doesn't pop tires and kill children. So, but my big videos, people love my short video on how to level a shipping container. Right now, the shipping container I'm sitting in is 2 foot off the ground. The benefit of that, of course, is that I don't have scorpions, and as many. The chickens have eliminated them. So, but the higher you are in Texas off the ground, the further you are away from vermin. So that's the one benefit. And also, I'm planning to have a storage in a basement underneath this, a Michigan basement, if you will, here in Texas. Texas doesn't really have basements, so I'll be doing something new and maybe regrettable. We'll find out. I need to keep it dry. Different fence post hacks, hangry horses. When I first got Blaze, he was a dangerous horse, and we'll go. I spent quite a bit of time with him. I do like my animals. I like the outside more than the inside. So factor that in when you see me do it yourself or solo builder. The fact is, I like the outdoors, and I could live in a cave and be perfectly happy. Long form video on how to raise a shipping container. Um, all good stuff. And then things that, of course, would have broad appeal for more than just like Ford installing my brush guard. Everybody wants to know about brush guards. Everybody wants to know where I got yada yada yada. And then the last most popular was an unfortunate incident where I got stuck in a cedar thicket, and I was brush hogging it. I could brush hog up to 3-inch logs. Um, I suppose it says so. But anyway, a cedar reached in, grabbed my shear pin out of my bucket, and pulled my front end loader clear off my tractor, twisted the frame. It was an awful situation. So, but overall, 307,000 views. That, and I'm not marketing it. This is just all organic. People coming to visit. That makes me feel good. I've got about 4,000 subscribers. 700 last year, down a little bit, it says, but I'm not worried about it. So in my content, it looks like mostly people are just finding me through YouTube algorithms. I do have one thing that's been remixed a bunch, and I don't see a plug nickel from that view. So going into taking a look here at just long form videos. Those are what I prefer. They're the most educative. The long form videos, 105,000 people stuck with me this year. Thank you. YouTube decided that was worth 1.9 million ads. I didn't pay for those. YouTube promotes me, and they promote you. We're all in a big bucket, right? 3.5% click through rate. That's not half bad. So I'm willing to stand with that. No gaps here. Pretty consistent of me putting in once a month. It looks like I do a big one, which is about right. Once a month, I spend the time and I put together a really well crafted video. The rest of the time, it's my build journal. I just capture myself in the moment. Bit unusual. I'm not trying to be a YouTube influencer. I'm not advertising anything. I'm not selling anything. I like it when people like and subscribe. You can ask me questions. I respond to everything. My goal here is just to keep track of what I'm doing and why. So I'm 2 years. This is the second year in the project. The first year was entirely clearing the land, getting the surveys, pulling big fences to keep the cattle in. Staging the shipping containers. I put up a pop-up camper so I could live out here. I had another home and I was driving. I still do, but I mostly live out here as I work. This is a dry cabin. I still do not have water. I do not have septic. I do not have permanent power. I am off grid 100% here. So some of the more popular ones, the Da Vinci Bridge, which is the end of the year project. I'm working on building a Da Vinci Bridge over the pond. After I do this high level overview, we'll walk around, take a look at these things. 4 days to dig a 45,000 gallon stock pond. And that was with a small tractor, small yard tractor, lawn tractor. It's not a backhoe, although I have backhoe on it. It's not a case or something big, right? It's just a Caterpillar. It's just a small, probably a 2 or 3 thousand pound tractor, Mahindra. It's well capable. How fast can a tornado? Man, a lot about weather here. And water management, that's been a problem here from day one. Water management. When the drought comes, I have no water at all, and everything goes dry and dead. And then when it comes, it's a foot of rain in an hour. And so managing that kind of deluge, off again, on again. Hurricane Beryl hit me. A couple of hurricanes blew in this far and dumped torrential rain. As the rest of the nation's feeling too. But on top of that, we're mostly drought. I'll go 120 days without any rain at all, and then I'll get it all at once. And because the ground is dry, it's really dangerous. So I'm doing restorative agriculture. As I mentioned earlier, I prefer the outdoors. So restorative agriculture is where my heartbeat is. Building a house, I enjoy this. I enjoy the construction of it. Um, uh, but it does take a while to self-build. It does take a while to solo build. My biggest point in all of this would be get yourself a nice RV. Nice, even if you're buy it and making payments on it. And but if you have land and you can put an RV up, do that. Anyway, and then a bunch of fence work. Here's one: are y'all alone in life? That registered quite a bit. I had a couple of kids parties. I had a really good author named Alexandra Reverie come in and read her kids stories to children. They loved it. A lot of external traffic. I'm doing good. I haven't created my website yet. I haven't been busy. I haven't had time for it. Um, so somewhere in here it talks about my demographics. So 78% of my traffic is from the United States, Canada, United Kingdom, obviously English speaking countries, and India. Probably because I'm building a native materials. I'm using natural materials with shipping containers, and that's going to appeal to Australia and India, right up their wheelhouse. English is the primary language, although I get translated into French and Spanish quite a bit. So 92% of you aren't subscribed. Take a minute. Subscribe to a guy that's not asking you to do anything, not buy a single thing. Just join me for the ride. And you'll just have me and whatever commercials YouTube throws at you. Those are from YouTube, not from me. Uh, and I get a small part of it. Most of my viewers are male, and most of the time, I'm from an equal mix of 25 to 65-year-old folks with a small lean towards the older crowd. And that's because this is my last retirement home. I'm building a high-end retirement home using the money that I've put together from other homes. I'll probably keep this house. This is my third retirement home. So I build them, they get worth a lot of money, and then I get tempted and I sell them. And but I found with this particular build that I don't have the same energy that I once had. This is very, very difficult for me. Um, simply with the energy level, and it's fairly consistent. The purple bars are the male viewers, and everybody's really good. I've only had a few bots roll in and put, use Viagra or Bitcoin, or the typical cons. I delete them, and I have a little robot myself that goes through and deletes them. But viewers have talked to me, and I've gone off and talked with them as well. They'll ask me specific questions about insulation and what I've done. So that's it. I'm pretty proud of my 785,000 views in 2 years, considering I haven't marketed nary a whit. I'm pretty happy with the good crowd that I have. I've got such great people just tagging along. Viewership's wonderful. The $300 that YouTube has paid me has gone towards I don't know, something, right? It hasn't gone towards nothing. But I'll write it off on my taxes because that's a losing proposition. The time it takes to build these videos. The recording time's one thing. It adds like a third longer to doing a project because you're talking to the camera. But then behind the scenes, you got to mix it all up. That's, again, as much time as you spend videoing, you spend that much time editing. So I don't have a TV. I don't watch TV. So I enjoy all of this work. So super happy with the 307,000 views that I've had. I'm just pleased as punch. The thousands and thousands of hours that people have watched me. Appreciate it much. And without further ado, let me go ahead and just go do a high level review of what each month meant. And I'm living life, everybody. I'm not a 100% builder. I still have a full-time job, a real job. I'm an architect, cloud architect. So I build electronic stuff, e-commerce stuff in the cloud, if you will, for a very large corporation. Um, AI, I do a lot with AI on the back end. Not the front end part of it, but the back end part. How to make it collaboratively, globally, how to obey privacy laws around the world. Those kind of things are my concern. How to enable it for folks. I'm very, very busy. I've got 7,000 unread email in my box because I simply have to do the projects I'm assigned by my leadership, or I would drown in the number of people that ask me for favors or help or whatever. There's service desk for that. A senior engineer is not the place to go to get help. You will not, just don't even bother. But after hours, I do the construction. So about after 5 o'clock, weekends, during my lunch hour, I go do the construction, and I love it. So without further ado, let's do a walkabout and take a look at things in life instead of here, and just enjoy the moment.